So good afternoon everybody. Thank you for joining Meg's Authentic Kitchen this afternoon. In my kitchen this afternoon I'm going to be cooking some chicken soup. In the pot here that is boiling, I'm going to be adding in a cup of fresh frozen pigeon peas. As you can see here, it's washed already. I'm going to be adding it into the water, and I have about a quarter pot of water here boiling. I already add a tablespoon of salt. The reason for that is that I have my chicken here that is already seasoned. And into the pot with the salt, a tablespoon of salt, I'm going to be washing and putting in some, just about the very generous amount here of thyme, fresh thyme. So I'm going to be washing that and I'm going to put it in, adding it into my peas while they cook. So here you go. The thyme is being washed and I'm going to add it into the pot here. And I'm going to allow that to boil for about half an hour because it's pigeon peas and I need it to be cooked properly. After which I'll start adding in things like my pumpkin and my vegetables that I have here, which comprise of carrots, sweet corn, edos, white potatoes, that I'm going to be adding onto my soup. You'll get to see all the things that I've been adding to my soup while the peas cooked. So I'm going to come back and you will see what's happening. Okay? Guys, the pigeon peas have been cooking for about half an hour. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a test of it to make sure that they're on its way in terms of cooking. Good, perfect. So the pigeon peas already start bursting, getting soft. So at this moment in time, I already have my chicken seasoned. But although my chicken is already properly seasoned with blended seasoning, onions, peppers, garlic, and all the other, chicken seasoning and all-purpose seasoning, all that, it doesn't hurt for me to add an extra seasoning to it. So I told you before that the pot is boiling with the pigeon peas, some fresh thyme, a tablespoon of salt. So just add a piece of onion to it just now and some tomatoes. At this moment in time, I'm going to add my pumpkin, and this is about a quarter of a pumpkin, or what you will call a big peg of a pumpkin. So I'm going to add my pumpkin in now with the pigeon peas. I'm going to let that continue to boil, and in about, let's say about 15-20 minutes, I'm going to add in the rest of my provisions. And the provisions that I have here, take a note guys, I have a piece of lemon in my water here with my provisions, and that is to take the stain away from the sweet potato and the edo that I'm cooking with. So I have carrots and I have sweet corn, white potatoes, all in here. So after 20 minutes I'm going to be draining this water and I'm going to add it to the pot here after 20 minutes. And then I will follow by putting in my chicken. Here I have cornmeal, coarse cornmeal, that I'm going to be making a little bit of dumplings to go in it as well. So stay tuned and follow as I go along. Guys, the pumpkin have been boiling for just over 20 minutes. So let me have a look at it. At this point in time, what I'm checking for is to see that the pumpkin is that I can cut into the pumpkin. I can cut into, look, I can cut into the pumpkin. See, I cut into it. So now I can add in the remainder of my provisions. And I'm going to do the same thing for the remainder of the provisions. I'm going to give them another 20 minutes after I add them in. Then I'm going to add in my seasoned chicken that I have there. So in we go here. That's all my provisions added in now. Give it a stir. I'm going to taste it for flavor. Right, I can taste, it's a little bit, it's not that salty. What I can taste in it is the thyme that's already in boiling, and I taste a little bit of the peas as well. I taste the peas. I'm not going to put any seasoning in because the chicken, my chicken is already seasoned. So after 20-25 minutes, I'm going to be adding in my chicken to the stock there. Okay? You will come back and see what I'm doing after 25 minutes. Okay, so guys, here we are. I'm going to be lifting the lid off the pan, and I'm going to give my pot a stir. Looking absolutely gorgeous right here now. Everything is boiling nicely. I'm going to be adding in my chicken pieces. And the chicken pieces, you can use whatever chicken you choose to use. When you're cooking soup, it's your choice. I'm using chicken leg. I cut 2 whole chicken legs in 3 pieces, seasoning it up properly, and now I'm going to be adding it to my pot here. The reason why I chose to put my chicken in now is that I don't want it to be boiled away, and I don't see any chicken at the end of my pot. So that is why I wait until now to put it in. I'm going to let you have a look at what's happening with the pot now. Get a taste of it then, just to make sure that the seasonings are on point. That is amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to let you have a look at it. And there you have it, guys. Look at the color of it. Look. So I'm going to allow it to boil in. Take its time and boil in there. And at this moment, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making some cornmeal drops to put into my soup. Here, I have a cup of plain flour. 1 cup of plain flour. I'm going to add a cup of cornmeal as well to it. And this is the coarse cornmeal I'm using here. So I'm adding in cornmeal, a cup of cornmeal as well. I'm giving it a mix here. Give it a mix so that the cornmeal can be evenly distributed within the flour. So there you have it. Then I'm going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I need to measure it, so I have to do that because it's the grinder, so I don't want to get it wrong. So here you go, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, guys. Give it a stir as well, so I can get the salt mixing properly here. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in a teaspoon of sugar. And I'm using brown sugar, guys. This is not, you don't have to put this in. You don't have to put sugar if you don't want to. I just put a teaspoon of sugar in it. You don't have to. It's not optional. You don't need to do it. Here, I have Lurpak. I'm going to put in tablespoon of flour pack. Yes. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to give it a stir, the sugar stir in it. I'm going to break up the butter so it can melt into the flour. And guys, the pot is bubbling nicely, I'm telling you, absolutely nicely here. I'm going to add in a half cup of water to this to mix it in now. I'm not going to use all the water. I have a half cup of water, but I doubt it I'm going to use all of that. So I'm going to pour half of that in. I'm going to be mixing my flour and cornmeal and butter and a little teaspoon of sugar that's added in. Look at it when you're mixing it. You can tell the consistency, if it needs more water or it has enough water in it. I started out with a half cup of water, but I know I'm not going to use it. So I will say to you a quarter cup of water thus far. I'm going to be doing cut just spoon drops, and I'm choosing to do spoon drops because I have polish on my finger, so I cannot put my finger into the flour to knead it. And I should say I'm too lazy to get my my gloves on, my cooking gloves to knead it. So I'm gonna be spooning my way with it. So there you have it, guys, all mixed in lovely here. So it's all mixed in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on cutting it into spoons. I'm going to be adding it into my pot here. Guys, the smell, the aroma that is coming from, now the chicken is gone into the pot, you can just have that luscious smell of seasoning pouring out of this pot. So I'm going to be using the spoon and I'm cutting them in little droplets here. I'm going to be dropping it in. That's the end of that. So now I'm going to go in. Now I put my droplets in. My cornmeal droplets in. I'm going to give it a stir again. Test it again to make sure that it's salt enough or it's seasoned enough to taste. Perfect. Right, I'm going to add in a cup of water to it at this moment. So I'm adding a cup of boiled water to my pot here. And what I'm going to happen now, I'm going to let it boil or continue cooking in for another half an hour. For another half an hour. Then I'll come back and let you have a look at it and see whether or not it's close to finishing where the cornmeal dumplings are cooked. My chicken is cooked as well, and everything is marinating together perfectly. Guys, the soup has been cooking for over half an hour now, so I need you to have a look and see what it looks like. So there you go. Look at it, guys. It's bubbling nice. Look at it. Look at it. It's boiling so nicely. Your pigeon peas with chicken soup. Guys, I cannot wait to get myself tucking into it. There you have it. In Mag's Authentic Kitchen, chicken soup with fresh frozen pigeon peas, provisions, and guys, it looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want to have a taste of it. I keep tasting just to make sure. Oh my goodness, guys, this is lovely. Absolutely lovely. I cannot wait to dish out a bowl for you. It is so lovely. I need for you to have I have to share a bowl out for you. So I'm getting the bowl ready for you guys here. That's your bowl ready. And I'm going to be scooping out a bowl of chicken soup, chicken fresh pigeon peas soup out of Mag's Authentic Kitchen this afternoon. Look at it, guys. Look. Oh, I need to recap on the things that are in it. You have seasoned chicken. You have sweet corn, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, edibles, carrots. Guys, and then last but not least, I show you guys, where I mix the flour and the coarse cornmeal with a tablespoon of butter, a teaspoon of sugar, and a quarter teaspoon of salt, and do some little dumplings to add into the soup as well. So there you have it, chicken soup done in Mag's Authentic Kitchen. I'm going to be serving up a bowl. I hope you enjoy. Please like and share and subscribe to my channel. Just press the subscribe button. Here you go, chicken soup out of Mag's Authentic Kitchen. Give you some corn as well. It's still bubbling here. What you see popping up there is the thyme. Let's talk for the thyme. Put some soup in now. Guys, it's Caribbean soup, so you need to see the bowl of soup in it. Okay, let me take the thyme out. There you have it, guys. A bowl of vegetable chicken soup right here. Look at it. Thanks for watching Mag's Authentic Kitchen this afternoon. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Just press the subscribe button. Thank you.